that was a byfactor of him waiting 3 years, label problems, dropping the album. Because if you look at his first 3 albums, they all went platinum in the same amount of time it took him to go gold for this album. So it did affect him a lot. But I mean, honestly, I haven't even heard the Young Jeezy album. I've never been a big Young Jeezy fan, to be truthful. Like, I don't know. I always feel like he stole Freeway ad-libs, man. That's how I feel about that shit. And then he always talk about drugs and shit. I was just like, I don't know how he is a character as a man, but I never really cared for his music that much. I did like a few songs, like Put On, I Put On for my city. That shit went hard, I'm not gonna lie. But for the most part, I stay away from them coke rap anthems, man.
Yeah, me being like into the South, I'm not dumbfounded, but being from here, like, listening to a lot of songs with 808s and basses and stuff like that, I took the time to listen to it, and this time he tried to do a little more different from every song, cocaine, but, it's pretty much, getting high, smoking, fucking, going to the strip club, and some more cocaine, dog, to me, it was okay, It was okay. He's not my favorite rapper, but, he's okay,
Yeah, I mean, he's doing this thing. I'm not gonna knock him. Like I said, he's a rapper. He's doing this thing. Good for him. I definitely don't hate him. I don't really rock with him. I put him in the same category as far as, I mean, because like I said, we come from the '80s, so when we was growing up, man, your authenticity, your steez was all you had, man. You had to talk, you had to be the real shit you was talking about, and then not necessarily that's not the case. People could talk about coke rap and then be a CEO, you know what I'm saying, in the county jail and shit.
You know what? You all right, man. It's like it's about talking about one thing and being another. You all right, man. And you're right. I mean, it's different from the '90s compared to now, man. As far as like, when we had the era of women speaking their minds and men speaking their minds, and people being authentic more to what they're talking about, so people can relate to their words. All the way to you don't have to even live that life and watch it throughout your entire life on a reality show, and then you're rapping about it. You know what I'm saying? So, you're witnessing it from peeking through the windows of your curtains. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then you're talking about it like a lot of people just, I don't know, man. It's totally different nowadays, man. I mean, I wish there was more authenticity and, there would be more like some light shedding like from nowadays, like compared to back then in the '90s that we had,
Yeah, I think so. I mean, and that's not to say I don't like Ross. He makes good music. I give him that. He has a good ear for beats and stuff like that. But as far as, I think the character is the only thing that is a little bit questionable. But I mean, whenever I meet with Ross, if I ever do, then, I talk to him, I chop it up and see if he's a real person. And then, that'll be that. I'm not talking shit about him. I'm just stating my opinion. But yeah, back in the '90s, man, you did have a lot of different things. So I think now, I mean, I would describe this era as from a song by Notorious B.I.G., everybody just want to party and bullshit for the most part. So, because I mean, if you turn on the radio, that's pretty much what you hear, party and bullshit. There's nothing wrong with partying. I like to party, I like to get my drink on occasionally. And then the other side of, the game, you got the emo rap type shit. So, people talk about, their girlfriend and left them, and it's almost like country music, because if you listen to country music, it's super sad. Like the horse left them, the mom, the daughter left them, the wife left them, the horse took off, the trailer got stolen. That's how, rap is kind of like, you feel me, dog? They're talking about the girlfriend don't love him. They thinking about suicidal thoughts on that Biggie shit once again. It's kind of emo rapping. Everybody want to sing and shit. It's like, man, what happened to the rappers? What happened to the R&B singers just singing? Not everybody's doing everybody else's job. So not that not to hate on anybody, but if you can do both well, then yeah, dude. There's only a few people that can do both well. But if you can rap better than you can sing, rap. If you can sing better than you can rap, then just sing.
I understand exactly what you're talking about. Tupac did told us to keep our head up. You know what I'm saying? And, TLC told us not to go chase waterfalls. There was quite a bit of a message at the same time. Even though we had, they strike rhythm rapidly and they were poetic with it, they still had a way to bring in the message, Like music back then, when you recapture it, it'll bring you back to a great time. No matter what music you listen to in the '90s or something from way back, you be like, it'll make you pause and daydream about a time where you was young or a certain time in your life where you was at when that around the time that music, specific music came out. So that's great music, man. And nowadays, like, the hits just pile up. They pile up out of another. Like, music nowadays, people can get tired of it. It can get old very fast. But to me, good music would hold. You feel me? So that's something that I take for, hopefully that everybody takes for consideration.
Yeah, I think so, man. I think there are some people out here that will create timeless records, and you could go back, when we're in our 40s and shit, you'd be like, yo, when we, in 2012 we was listening to this, we was listening to that. There are a few artists out there that are making timeless records, but for the most part, a lot of it sounds like a little bit of throwaway. And I can see, like, like I said, we of course, we 80s babies shit, so we grew up in the 90s, so that's our era. But like the people that was before the 80s babies era, they probably saying the same thing, like, oh wait, we had these soul and R&B records, and y'all just got all this, all this revolutionary stuff, the stuff that was going on in the 90s or whatever. They probably feel the same way about, the music that we grew up on. So, I mean, every era, every generation has that, dilemma. They're like, oh man, my music was good. And then the generation before, they'd be like, yeah, your music was whack. So, I mean, it's like you said, history repeats itself. It just goes back in time. But I mean, at the end of the day, man, sometimes maybe we should just enjoy music and not think so into it. But as, us being consumers of music and pretty much not cultures, but critics of the culture, what I'm saying? Because that's, this is our culture. We understand it thoroughly. We're more than just the average fan. So that's why, we critique it. We go through it. We pick it apart. We like, we really study it because this is, it's part of our lifestyle as African Americans. At least if you're part of urban culture, and we are. So, it is what it is.
Man, you're right though. I have to totally agree with it, man. Like, this day and age was like, oh man, they got autotune. Back then it was like, oh man, they got synthesizers. For real, like it's just, you're right, man. It's the era, it's the time that changed. So time does contribute, man. That's one thing I have to give credit to, or give an excuse to. Time does change everything, man. And like, as far as like Erykah Badu and TLC and Tupac Shakur and Outkast and all those that came from the 90s eras, I thank them that they made the way. They're founding of what's going on. As far as like Erykah Badu, she came out in the era where neo soul was happening, where like soul music, had turned a bit notch. Where Maxwell and her and D'Angelo, they was making those moves.
Yeah, man, and I definitely appreciate the music. So she integrated a lot of different genres into her music. It was a neo soul, but it also had jazz, it had soul, it had R&B. It was a dope genre. I don't know if neo soul is still current and evident, but I definitely was appreciative of that. And then speaking of D'Angelo, he's supposed to be making a comeback, man. I hope he does it because his first two albums were pretty good. Like, he's not the most technically gifted singer, but he made jams that people that are pretty much timeless. If you go back and listen to them, they sound as good as today as they did, yesterday. So I hope he does make a triumphant comeback, man. He was a good neo soul artist.
Man, D'Angelo's that man. Brown Sugar, Cruising Together. That was the original one was from Smokey Robinson, but he did his little 90s twist to it, and I still love it, man. And Yo My Lady, jazzy and smooth, man. Mom, that cat could play the piano, and he could sing his ass off at the same time, man. That's talented, bruh. And as far as Erykah Badu, I wanted to hit that ever since back then, even then.
Oh man, I can't lie, I didn't want to do it, man. She had the head wraps and she was wearing them long ass dresses. That's kind of how Alicia Keys looked when she first came out. If you remember, Alicia Keys came out like 2001. She was covering everything up. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, but she was still pretty in the face. So she was always my number one until she married Swizz Beatz. So I was like, fuck that. She married that big nose bastard.
Him and his child gonna be Ernie and Bert, nigga.
Probably, man. Not to talk bad about him, but everybody had a celebrity crushes, man. They fuck list. As I was going on with the Stealth Bomber, he was telling me, the ladies he liked from the interview last week. Speaking of interviews, man, we locked in the Dodger interview, so it's going down on the 12th next Monday. So I gotta do my homework for that shit, man. But I appreciate you bringing me, coming up with the idea, just like you gave me the Stealth Bomber dude, just like you told me to hit up Dodger, you told him to hit up the CO Carmel Loop. You always give me good ideas for the show, man, and people to go after. So I definitely appreciate that, man. You're my right hand man, so I appreciate that.
Yeah. You my right hand man, like you can't tell, dog. That's the spot. know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm just saying pretty much, dog. And that's what we do over here, man. We real men, we real thorough. We talk about what's going on today. You know what I'm saying? We bring it to real thorough people, you know, and hoping that, you know, y'all respect their opinion.
Yeah, man. You know, we're doing it big for independent culture, Flyboy International. You know, it's the umbrella. We're doing music. We're doing, you know, all types of stuff. We're doing Flyboy Radio. Cash Your Fresh Clothing is coming up soon. You know, we're going to be on the web at the end of July, or beginning of July. I'm sorry, wrong date, but yeah, man, we're doing big things around here. So, you know, definitely support us. We support you guys. We're the best in the independent culture. I'm the voice of hip hop. Speaking of that, man, we got to get you a little intro, man, a little motto that people, you know, that associate with you. Because, you know, when I do my intro, I'm like, yo, it's Imperial Carter, the voice of hip hop. You tuning in live on Flyboy Radio. So we got to get you an intro too, because you the other half of Flyboy Radio, man. So we got to work on that.
Yeah, you're right about that, man. And it'll come naturally, man, because, you know, straight up, I know that motto come no time soon, man. So, you know, once we get that, you know, by next week or probably the week after, or whenever y'all hear from me, you know, y'all hear my motto, you know, straight up.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, I definitely I would get lost in Miss Erykah Badu, man. You know, but definitely shout out.
Man, you ain't gonna come back the same, nigga. I'm telling you, dog.
I know, man. It's gonna be like a 5-year break. You know, I'm gonna do my crazy shit, and then I'm gonna come back to real life. Like, oh man.
I don't know, man. Them cats never came back crazy, man.
Well, I mean, look at Common is getting back to normal right now. I mean, he's dressing, you know, like a regular person. He don't got the clown suit, you know what I'm saying? He don't got the multicolored, you know, shirts and the hats and the Bill Cosby sweaters. Not the Coogee joints, but the old, you know, grandma sweaters, the old Christmas sweaters your grandma made for you that you didn't never want to wear, that you would hope that your grandma didn't come over for Christmas because you didn't want to have to put the sweater on. That's the type of shit that he was wearing, you know, so.
Man, you should see what she did to Andre, nigga. Nigga went from fucking looking dressed like a Taliban and wearing that bullshit on his head and that fucking dashiki fucking pants and yo, man, I'm telling you, dog, wearing golden cuffs on his hands and even the big boy has a little dip of that, man. He wears crown bow ties and fucking glasses. With multi-color, man, outcast was really outcast, kid. He's 30,000, man. I mean, he's in the next century, kid. I don't know, man. If all y'all wouldn't hit that pussy, kid, I'm serious, yo. I don't know, man. You might not come back, man. You already got a fat ass head, man. You might have an astronaut helmet, and you know what I'm saying, fucking breathing in scuba diving tubes and shit.
Eat a dick with your bell pepper having ass Michael Jackson looking greasy ass Jerry Crow having. Nah, I'm playing, man, but I don't know, dog. I mean, I can't lie. If she was ass naked in front of me, especially if she was bent over, dog, I'm gonna go knee deep in that shit, nigga. I'm gonna hit that shit long stroke. Like, I'm gonna go in. I'm going hard too, like Lil Wayne and shit. Not like Lil Wayne, but just like the song. But never want to be like Lil Wayne. Hold tight, I probably shouldn't even said that shit. But yeah, man, I would hit it, dog. I'm not gonna lie, man. Shit, dog. The only way I wouldn't hit it is maybe she like her pussy smelled bad or something. But if she was bent over, or even if she was just like standing backwards, like with her ass towards me, dog, that shit would be calling me. They'd be like, "Oh, I'm just calling on Miss Erykah Badu. I gotta go get that shit." You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's a few breezes, dog.
That pussy smell like lavender, dog. Like they bask in that shit.
Probably, man. Speaking of 90s ladies, man, I know we was talking the other day. You said you still hit Trina, man. So, you know.
Yeah, I would fuck Trina, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. She thick as hell, man. That Rumpelstiltskin ass she got, man. I'm telling you, man. I ain't gonna lie. I would fuck her and then sit on her ass and smoke a joint kid afterwards. She got a trash ass, dog. Man, I noticed, like, you know, her face is alright, man. She not the ugliest of them all, but she's showing her face thick now.
Yeah, she got a decent face. It's not the greatest. I mean, she got a better face than Jackie O, but I think Jackie O got a bigger ass than her, man.
Yeah, I think so too, man. Jackie O's face kind of hurt, man. One person I wouldn't touch, not even with your dick, is Kaya, though.
Oh, hell no. Fuck that shit, dog. Kaya, my neck and my back, she look like, I don't know. I can't even explain it, dog, but she just look hurt in the face, and, like, I wouldn't even let her suck my dick. She look like she probably got super STDs, dog. She probably got more STDs